بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Come back to this channel to share Islamic information. Hopefully it will inspire you today. And don't forget to click the subscribe.
The secret and the virtue of Surah Al-Ikhlas. Imam Muhammad bin Ali al-Aidid is one of Hadramaut ulama who received the title of Aidid. Have Ratib who named Ratib Aidid. Ratib Aidid belongs to easy reading. Because Ratib Aidid is only read Surah Al-Ikhlas 3,000 times between Bada Maghrib until Asha time. Why is this surah special in the eyes of ulama? So it will be discussed in this video about the virtue and content of Surah Al-Ikhlas. Surah Al-Ikhlas is 112th surah in Al-Quran. Although in the surah there is not a sincere word in it, but its content will be felt by someone who is contemplating it. Sayyid Muhammad bin Ali al-Maliki mentioned that Surah Al-Ikhlas is one of the biggest solution from all problems. Even Muhammad Prophet give attention to this surah through his hadith. In a Sahih history is mentioned that Rasulullah said, Surah Al-Ikhlas is equal in reward to a third of the Al-Quran. The ulama have a different opinion and view on this hadith. Some say that the meaning is 1/3 that include three aspects of the content. The Al-Quran is the legal aspects, news and monotheism. So, the surah includes aspects of monotheism, so it is called a third of the Al-Quran. However, some ulama say that the meaning of a third of the Al-Quran is the reward side, so whoever reads Surah Al-Ikhlas then he will get a reward like he reads the Al-Quran. The content of the Surah Al-Ikhlas has spoken by the Prophet Muhammad. He said, whoever that wants to enter his house, he reads Tamid, Alhamdulillah, and Surah Al-Ikhlas, then Allah will save him from poverty and increase his goodness in his house. In the Prophets the another hadith said, whoever that reads Surah Al-Ikhlas once until he enter to his house then poverty is removed for him. Two hadith above remind us to read the surah before and until enter the house. Sometimes we enter the house in an upset mind, restless and in bad condition. So, Surah Al-Ikhlas is recommended to be read at that time so that three negative things will disappear when we're in the house. And the impact of coolness, peace, and blessing for the family. On the other side of the Prophet's hadith above was hinted that a Muslim who read the surah then physical and spiritual poverty is removed for him. Physical poverty is like hardship treasure. Whereas spiritual poverty is like always less satisfied and complained about the sustenance he had received. In other words, with keep the surah someone will be broad-minded in his sustenance and kana in his life. Besides that, the surah that is easy to memorize by Muslims is not only read when entering the house but we can read it any time, except in the bathroom. The other of Prophet hadith said, whoever who read Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Surah Al-Ikhlas, 200 times, so whom sins, small sin, will forgiven for 50 years. Except he has a debt. The hadith can be taken one perspective that Allah makes it easy for a Muslim to forgive his minor sins related to his servant and him. However, for misunderstanding business between humans with humans must be finished in the world, including about debt and inheritance. The Prophet Muhammad also recommended his followers to read the surah that containing the 4 verses before going to bed. He said, whoever who reads Surah Al-Ikhlas 3 times when he going to sleep, so Allah will send for him 50,000 angels who will guard him until Subh time. Al-Ulama al-Ubay said, our teacher Abdullah bin Arka used to end his good deeds by reading Surah Al-Ikhlas. He closed his prayer at night with reads Surah Al-Ikhlas. The hadith of Prophet Muhammad and ulama's words about the virtue of Surah Al-Ikhlas triggering Muslims to read it both after prayer and outside prayer. It is through the surah that humans are engraved to always unite Allah, only ask Him for goodness, and hope for something from Him not from His creatures.